Hey, do you know what time it is? That's right. It's time for Coach Lindy's podcast. The podcast to get you moving. Hi, I'm Lindy Hutchinson, a certified life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute. As a life coach, I help others transform their life as I have mine. It's not easy, but it is possible, and it most certainly is worth it. Each week, I'll share insights that inform, inspire, and ignite in you your desire to create a life that you love. So let's find out what's going on this week. Welcome to the podcast. As always, it's my privilege to be with you this week. We are spotlighting our top banana, Napoleon Hill, which we talked about in episode 4, and his Think and Grow Rich, one of the best-selling books probably of all time, especially in the world of personal development. This book, Keys to Success, the 17 Principles of Personal Achievement. This is a deeper dive from his book, Think and Grow Rich, talking specifically about things that we can do to advance ourselves. Now, you may remember that Napoleon Hill, a little background briefly on him, he was born in 1883 and he passed in 1970. He met one of the world's wealthiest and most influential men, Andrew Carnegie, in 1908. He was a young man. Napoleon Hill was a young man. He was a writer and a reporter. And as the legend goes, apparently this has been disputed, but this is what many of the books say, is that Andrew Carnegie invited this young man into his home, and he had a challenge for him. And the challenge was Carnegie would introduce Napoleon Hill, the writer, young reporter, to the most influential and most wealthy and powerful men in the world at that time, if he would write and research why these persons have and how they achieved what they did. And this would be a span over a period of 20 years. And on top of that, he would not pay him. So that doesn't sound too good. It's like, wait a minute. And of course, at the time, Napoleon Hill was a young man and he was not a person of means. So he was no doubt scraping to get by. But the opportunity to interview these people, and apparently he had free speech. He was able to write and publish what he learned with the permission, of course, of the men that he interviewed. And as the story goes, he did exactly that. He spent years interviewing, researching, compiling, analyzing, asking questions. And today, the end result is Think and Grow Rich, Keys to Success, and many, many other works that Napoleon Hill created that have affected millions of people. Most of these, usually the older books, you can find, yes, on YouTube for free. You can listen to the book. And if you like Audible and some of those other sources, that certainly, however you can get it, it's certainly great. Now, I like in this book, I believe this was published in 1997, there is a foreword by W. Clement Stone, who was an amazing rags to riches story himself. But he talks about a little bit about Napoleon Hill and the challenge that he faced as a young man taking on this 20-year project. But he said Andrew Carnegie, the founder of the Steel Corporation that later helped form U.S. Steel and a great philanthropist, charged the young Napoleon Hill with what was to be his life's work. The assembling and analyzing of the qualities that had been allowed the great figures of the early U.S. to achieve their lasting success. Armed only with introductions from Carnegie and a fierce determination, Hill set out to interview more than 500 of these titans and distill their philosophies into logical framework. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Woodrow Wilson, Franklin Roosevelt, he was able to interview and get insights from all of these amazing people. And of course, through this time was the Great Depression, a great deal of up and down history, and of course the First World War. And these were very turbulent times. He ended up publishing many successful books, and so that certainly changed his financial status. And let's see, I made some notes here. In 1928, what we now know as Think and Grow Rich, which was published in 1937, was actually a study course. So he was quite busy creating venues so that people could understand what the different things that he had learned, share those insights, share that learning, so that other people could benefit as well. So, according to W. Clement Stone, this book, Keys to Success, gives you direct, simple, and even brilliant advice on implementing the 17 principles of success, the major idea behind Think and Grow Rich, which was the focus of Hill's lifetime study. And he says it will offer you lucid instruction, keen insight, and a host of opportunities to improve your situation and become a better, more valuable person as you do so. As you read, keep ever in your mind Napoleon Hill's fundamental maxim, the keystone of all his thought, and you will experience the rewards of success as surely as millions before you. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, your mind can achieve. So, Napoleon Hill, controversial, amazing, influential, Keys to Success, the 17 Principles of Personal Achievement. You can listen to it on YouTube or in Audible or read the book. Now, all of these are very inexpensive and in terms of money, but very valuable and actually invaluable, priceless. So that's it for today. Napoleon Hill. Our power word for the week is key. And our train your brain thought for the week is, whether it's a code or a key, use it. We can learn things, but if we don't put it into action, it really doesn't do us much good. And from our file, hey, that's funny, another Stephen Wright. Once my mechanic told me that he couldn't fix my brakes, so he told me he just made my horn louder. I'll leave it to Stephen Wright. So my friends, thank you. It's been delightful as always. Listen to the Keys to Success, put together over 100 years ago, or close to 100 years ago. And the information is more pertinent, more valuable than it probably was even then. So until I see you again, keep creating a life that you love, because you're worth it, and have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for joining me this week. I look forward to being with you every week. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, please email me at coachlindy@lindyhutchinson.com. My name is spelled L-Y-N-D-I, so it's Coach Lindy, L-Y-N-D-I, at Lindy Hutchinson, LYNDIHUTCHINSON.com. I value what your input is, and I'm always open for suggestions and ideas. If you will like and or subscribe to this podcast, that would be wonderful. I appreciate it. And I enjoy anything that you might want to send in, or if you would like some more information about coaching, send me an email and I will get back with you, and we'll talk about how you can create your best life. Have a good week. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.